was your week? You were here last week, but you weren't on set.
Yes.
So how has your week been?
It's been really peaceful, I think, with all the tension going on with the corona and stuff. It's been really peaceful, just staying at home and doing recordings and stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Before we do anything, I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourselves because you were not on set last week. But I want us to note that we are still continuing with the conversation on Refupoet and their concert they're having on the 20th of this month. So yeah, this is all about that. But let me give the gentlemen an opportunity to introduce themselves before we get right in. So,
Dios. Can start.
All right.
My name is Prince Israel, and I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having us. And I'm from Rwanda. I'm a poet, and yeah, thanks for having us. I'm excited.
Amazing. You're welcome.
Hi, how are you guys doing? I go by the name Poet K2, all the way from South Sudan. I'm a poet. Excited to be here. I'm a part of Refupoet. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And finally, the administrator.
My name is Desmond Ogubi. I am part of the organizing team for Refupoet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. So as you can see, we have Africa represented on set today. We're not just KE, we are much more than that and diverse. And thank you guys for honestly gracing our set. I am more than happy. So we started this conversation last week on Refu Poetry, but just for someone who who I am mad at, by the way, who did not watch last Monday, can I give Desmond just a recap what we talked about last Monday, and then we will move on from there.
Okay, so basically it was just the introduction to what Refupoet, and just to say what that is. Refupoet is basically a space for artists who are refugees in Kenya to share their stories of triumph and trials, because refugees really don't have platforms to really express themselves. They have like organizations that speak for them, but not enough spaces for them to actually speak to the people and interact with the host communities. And so for us, we are interested in more of giving that platform for them to share their stories and their experiences with the host communities.
Amazing.
Yes.
And as examples, we actually have them on set. And I just want you to give me your personal experience of Matters Refupoet. But before that, who are you as a poet? Let's just start from there.
Okay, personally, when we talk about poetry, I think poetry, according to me, poetry is divided into 3 categories. We've got the narrative, we've got the lyrical, and we've got the dramatic type of poetry. So personally, I'm doing the narrative type of poetry, which is in form of like telling a poem in form of a story. So if I was to talk about my motherland, South Sudan, I'll say it in form of a story type kind of a way. Yeah. So that's personally the kind of poetry that I do.
And how did you get to join Refupoet?
Okay, so since as my brother over here has just said, it all concerns about the issues of refugees that do have talent that can showcase and have a voice to tell stories out of them. So I got them through a friend of mine who's also working with them. He's by the name Dave. So he connected me with them and told me that check them out online, because their platform is somehow now blowing up. Because most of the refugees who are artists, be it musicians, rappers, and poets, are getting aware of it. So I got to know them. They're very good, because once I contacted them, they replied back to me, and then we got to get to know each other, and here we are right now.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So who are you as a poet, and how did you get to be Refupoet?
Basically, I don't think I'm limited in that box of a poet. I'm basically a creator. And poetry is one of the tools or a channel through which I release my expression. I'm really in love with the art of expression, the art of being able to share your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts out there, and poetry has given me that opportunity. It has given me that platform to be able to share what I think as a human being, as a young man, as a boy child, as this and that, as in I can talk about everything that I feel from all different angles of who I am, and poetry is that for me. And I think basically that's poetry for me, and it's it's the ability to be able to share your thoughts with a little bit of rhythm to it, with a little bit of creativity to it. Because if you're giving out something that is worth listening to, I think it deserves to sit and work on it a little bit more. It deserves to give it a little bit of attention and work on it, as in, I think it's basically respecting the audience enough to, give them something to enjoy and while they are listening to your thoughts, because expression is not basically something you just say and people are entitled to listen to it. I think it has to be enjoyable as well.
Exactly.
In the moment, I think basically that's poetry for me.
Amazing. How did you get to meet Refupoet?
I got to meet Refupoet through a friend of a friend, I think. A friend who works with them introduced me to them, and I fell in love with their heart and their beliefs of basically being a voice to the voiceless, in this case being the refugees, and I am really big on that as well. I love I believe in being a voice for the voiceless, the homeless, the hungry, the shelterless, as in the people who are out there and they don't have really someone to represent them. And I want to use my voice. I want to use the platform, every platform I step on, to be able to also speak for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's what they're doing. So I'm really big on that.
Amazing. Yeah, actually we were talking about that just last week, and saying the Refupoet basically are able to live not just for themselves but for other people. So just before I get to your performances, so get ready. Administrator, how is the preparation going? Now that we are 5 days away, right?
Yeah, 5 days away.
Yes.
Yeah. So far it was crazy, but now it's a bit because we have done most of the work that needed to be done as we prepare. So far so good. I think we are almost just waiting for the day to come, for the hour, so that we can put out there the amazing stories that people have. And I feel like it's a good chance for people to just experience. People know refugees, but they know refugees from a point where they have seen them on TVs. They have really never interacted with them. It's the media speaking about the refugees, but they never allow the refugees to speak for themselves. So it's an amazing platform, and we have had like amazing partners who have really come through. And I feel like if we are able to mainstream the conversations on refugees, we are going to have a more just and a more humane world where we see each other as equals and not they come from where. When you look at our vision, actually, it's we want to define homes not by where people come from, but where you are today. Amazing. So if we can have that, if we can be that welcoming and understanding, then we will have achieved the goal, the long-term goal for the project. Yes. Wow,
I think that is for a good cause. I'm personally super excited. Cannot wait for the 20th. And these people know how to reach people. This knew him from friends of friends and then friends. So you guys know how to connect, and it is such an amazing thing. So we want to know what we are getting into, what we will be expecting on the 20th. So I want to give you guys an opportunity, just a little piece, to give us a sneak peek of what will be there.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is my camera, right?
Yes, this is your camera.
Do I have to stand?
No, you don't. You do not have to do that.
Okay. So hi, I'm from South Sudan. Yeah, I know you've all probably heard of the country. So that's my motherland. And because of civil war, I've got brothers and sisters staying in every part of the continent. I've got others in Australia, others in Canada, Ethiopia, Uganda, and thanks to the United Nations and the Kenyan government, I'm living with others in Kakuma. Our negative stories have been told in every part of the world, and whenever we think it's coming to an end, that's when it starts. The other day I tried calling mom to ask her how everybody is doing back at home. She picked up, but she seems to be in a hurry, because when I tried talking to her, all I could hear was son, 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 and before she hung up, I heard gunshots. At that time, I knew a child somewhere has become an orphan. Someone's father has become a victim of death. A woman has been turned into a widow. A massacre had taken place. This was 15th December 2013, a year that made me believe death really exists. And this got me asking my father, Dad, what has always been your dream in this country? He took me by the hands, looked into my eyes, and started shedding tears and says, Son, I've never had a dream because I've never slept. How do you expect me to sleep when all I've been doing is running in the bushes, protecting you guys from flying bullets? How do you expect me to sleep and whenever I close my eyes, I'm being woken up by sounds of innocent women, children, men crying for their lives? How do you expect me to sleep when the floor I'm supposed to sleep on is full of blood? That's why nowadays I'm not known by my name, but I'm known as a refugee, Poet K2.
Ooh, amazing. Okay, if you have not been convinced yet, let's hear the next one. Go ahead.
You're going to bear with me. I just wrote this piece recently, and at some point I'm going to be like, zooming in on my phone and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are like sheep without a shepherd, or rather, dogs without a master. We are helpless and hopelessly living off of the crumbs of bread that fall from the countryman's table. We are shunned and segregated for our cultures and traditions. We are bullied and trash-talked for the uniqueness and authenticity of our tongue and origin. They look at us like lions looking at meat, ready to rip up our flesh and have us for steak. Make no mistake, I'm not looking for pity. But if you have a heart, you know how it feels to be crippled, bound and enslaved by fear. Each time you step out your door looking like I do, sounding like I sound, hearing statements like, "We ni Mkongo ama we ni Waria." And in my head I'm like, what difference does it make? Am I breathing? Are you breathing? Do I have blood flowing down my veins like you do? Then we all the same. So stop looking at me with disgust. There's a naked in your tone when you talk to me. You cock back and reload, looking like Rambo, trying to shoot down a wild beast. Come on. All these lands, all these acres but no shelter. All these hearts but cold blood is all I see. I'm ever longing for a home but never belonging. My language has become an international bridge. My culture is a blanket from the elements of bigotry. My religion is a pillar for compassion. My history is a lullaby for tales not to be repeated. I'm haunted by monsters from my past. Daddy told me, boys don't cry. But now, time only hardens my flesh. My life is in chains and I spend my time dancing my way out of them. Feels like a rope hanging tight on my neck. I can't breathe. Bitterness is like an anchor that has tied my feet to the past. I can't move an inch without thoughts of terror and failure clouding my mind. I slowly sip on depression like a jamba juice and drown in my miseries, hoping that one day, just one day, a lifesaver might show up and pull me out. And that little spark of hope is what keeps my mind sane, my hands moving and my feet walking. Hope is the only reason I'm here. It's the only reason I'm here. Thank you.
Wow. Oof. A bow for the men in the house. Thank you, thank you. I am personally convinced to join that conversation, to be entertained without thinking where are they from. You know, I think we ought to do that, because when I listen to that piece, those pieces that you guys, I don't think, does that voice sound Sudanese? You know, what does that is not what is ringing in my mind, and I think this conversation ought to be brought to the light. Yes, so just before we go away, remind us the dates on when this is happening, just if people don't know. Can actually other people get t-shirts apart from me? Can other people actually get out there and get
sadly
t-shirts?
Today I never carried them.
No,
but yes,
not here
available.
in studio,
yes.
But yes, can people out there get t-shirts?
Yes, please reach out to us through our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's Refupoet. On Instagram, we are Refupoet Kenya, and on YouTube, it's Refupoet. Yes. So if you reach out, someone will definitely get in touch with you before an hour elapses. And
they are good at that. They are actually, these Refupoet guys are good at reaching out.
Very deliberate. So yeah, if you reach out, we're definitely happy to.
Yes.
The festival is happening this Saturday on 20th between 6 and 7 p.m. on our all social media platforms, and you'll be seeing a hashtag going around of Refupoet, try my shoes, and there writes my business. So when you see that, follow, share, like, comment, do anything that makes the word spread. And we'll be really happy to have people tune in.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow, amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on set. Is there anything that I have left out? I do not think so. Thank you so much. The concert will be happening this Saturday on the 20th of June from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Please pause your business because this will be worth it. I promise you that it will be worth it. Also, the hashtag is Refupoet, try my shoes, and
their rights my business.
Yes, their rights my business. If you see those hashtags around, please follow, share widely. Let's get this conversation out there. Thank you so much. I hope that this conversation has blessed your heart as the concert will. Thank you.